Hello friends, good afternoon and welcome to EduSat Live Lectures. Dear friends, today we are going to conduct the third lecture in the series on Enterprises Resource Planning Systems. To discuss this topic, we have with us our subject expert Dr. U.S. Pandey. Dr. Pandey is Associate Professor in Department of Computer Sciences in School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Sir to our studios and request him to start the lecture. Welcome, Sir.
Thank you. We do have talked a lot about the ERP systems in the previous lectures. Today we are going to concentrate on the internal audit and other activities. So what is the implication of the internal control and auditing? We will be knowing transaction authorization controls are needed to validate transactions before they are accepted by other module. ERPs are more dependent on the programmed controls than on human intervention. Segregation of duties. The manual processes that normally require segregation of duties are often eliminated. User role. Predefined user roles limit a user's access to certain functions and data. What other things are going to be there is supervision. Supervisors need to acquire a technical and operational understanding of the new system. Employ empowered philosophy should not eliminate supervision. Accounting records. The corrupted data may be passed from external sources and from legacy system. Loss of paper audit trail. What I would like to mention here that the internal audit in the ERP system, it is very important and pertinent that each and every module which have been given properly, which have been defined should be accessed properly. The supervisors must have the control, they must have the technical knowledge of all those things. As we have just mentioned, in all these activities, the human intervention is less. Each and everything is going to be taken by the programs, the modules which are accessing. So these accounting records, the employees, the supervisions or every modules need to be defined properly and audited. The other implication of the internal control and auditing is access controls. Critical concern with confidentiality of information, who should have access to what. As we have just mentioned that the human intervention is less, the access control is very important. Why? Because the lot of confidential information are going to be there. The very important thing is who is authorized to access what, and the authentication must be checked properly through the system itself. So access control is a very important factor in a way. Another is access to data warehouse. The data warehouse where often involve sharing information with supplier and customers. As you may be knowing, a huge important data and information is there in the data warehouse. Who is authorized to access those information? Who is authorized to share those information with the supplier and the customer, or if other things is required, is to be taken care of. So, accessing of the data warehouse is a very important process. Another important thing is contingency planning. How to keep business going in case of disaster. Key role of the servers requires backup plans. Redundant servers are shared servers. Now, this is a very important factor, especially in the big industries where a huge amount of data is going to be there, a very important data is going to be there. In case of any mishappening, what is your contingency plan? Usually, as you may be knowing, that if you do have a store all the information in your office, take an example, due to case of fire or some other kind of disaster, if some mishappening will take place, what is plan is going to be there? What do you have planned further for that? Not only this, what are the different kind of backups plan you are having? So, each and everything should be defined as a contingency plan. Again, take an example, it is a big organization, whole data is involved at a particular process, everything is have been stored. Due to mishappening of fire or some other kind of disaster, if each and everything goes lost, how much time you will take to recover all those things? Imagine this kind of cases is usually happen. Recently, may be knowing that in some industry a fire has broken, the whole IT department information was lost, but immediately within a minutes they are able to start the entire process because they do have the contingency planning. The data was stored somewhere else on the cloud, immediately they just recover all those things. So, what I mean to say is here that there should be a proper contingency planning where your data backups are, the information are stored in case of any disaster or any other plan. So, the contingency plan is a very important factor of this internal control and auditing. Simultaneously, you have to seek that which kind of server we are going to be there. It is a plan redundant server or the shared server. Now, independent verification is another factor. Traditional verifications are meaningless. Need to shift from transactions level to overall performance level. As we have just mentioned that the traditional, the verifications which you are doing is meaningless because that we are doing, but it should be an independent verification so that things may get easily what is there, and need to shift the transaction level to overall performance level. Here what we are doing at our level should be, take example, we are running a very good system, but that system is not satisfying the expectation of the customers, or the technicalities what we are using in the system are not good enough which can serve the purpose of the outside agencies or the customers or the users. In other way, if you do have an internally very solid mechanism, but it is not dependent properly. So, it should be an independent verification activity must be performed there, so that our system may be good in that. Now, other implications of the internal control and auditing is ERP projects may be concurrent with BPR, CRM, that is customer relation management, data warehousing, and SCM, supply chain management. All of these increase risk of successful implementation. Imagine when we talk about the customer relation management, data warehouse or the supply chain management, a lot of activity is involved. Sharing information with your customer, sharing information related to the supply chain management, accessing information from your data warehouse, everywhere a different kind of risks are involved. So, keeping all those things in the mind, the things should be developed in a proper manner. As we have just mentioned, that all these increase risk of successful implementation. The ERP system impact organizational structure and internal controls. New control policies must precede migration to an ERP system. As we have just mentioned, that when ERP system takes control of each and everything, the all control policies must be preceded or migrated to the new ERP system, so that there should be no ambiguity. Other implication of the internal control and auditing is, take example, Gartner Group noted following concerns regarding implementing ERP. After implementation, regarding that, failure to meet user requirements. They are not able to meet the requirements of the user. Failure to integrate on the system. They are not able to integrate the system, modify the system, add some modules, some kind of features into that. The incompatibility with the technical infrastructure, as we have just mentioned, that lot of control needed when ERP system is implemented. But usually the major organizations what they have found, we are just discussing about that Gartner, that incompatibility with the technical infrastructure. The technical infrastructure requirement are not being fulfilled properly. Simultaneously, a user requirement was not fulfilled by that ERP software. And second very important thing is that we are not able to integrate the system which was developed, the different additions, modifications, deletion was not easily can be done in there. The vendor support problem was also there. The system was not able to support to the, in other words you can call the customers or the suppliers, and technically the meaning is the different stakes that they are not able to support the users, and the system was expensive and complex installation. As you may be knowing already, we have told that these systems are very costly, very this expensive and complex in nature also. The audits for ERPs. The audit could provide assurance covering the areas of process integrity, application security, infrastructure integrity, implementation integrity. As we have just discussed, the audit is a very important thing which provide the assurance covering the different areas, for example, process integrity. The involvement, the use of process, the modules which have been there should be authentic. There should no be in a different kinds of uses which is not authentic. The application security is another very important feature. The things that the application and all activity which are being used, the process which are being used, lot of copyright and other kind of activity is also going to be there. Authenticity is a very important factor. The security which is very important because it's different from organizational need from one organization to other. The infrastructure integrity, the what kind of infrastructure is being required to implement that in ERP system is also an coming into the audit of that ERP system. And in the last, the very important thing is implementation integrity. Here the implementation means that implementation should be done in a true way. There should not be any shortcomings or nothing is going to be used in a different way. Implementation should be done in a proper way so that it can satisfy the job of each and everyone. Meaning by it support the users, customers, vendors requirement. Simultaneously, all the technical specifications should be in order. Auditing should take place in that way that each and every steps must be verified. Who are the authentic users must be clearly defined. The process, application security, the infrastructure integrity, the implementation integrity is going to be there. ERP products, we talked about lot of ERP products. The very important, maybe you people knowing about that, SAP, largest ERP vendor. The modules can be integrated or used alone. New features include SCM, that is supply chain management, B2B, business to business, e-commerce and XML, standard markup language. So SAP, which is the very largest ERP vendor, maybe you are knowing is being used by the major industries. A biggest software which is containing the different modules, and as we have just written that the modules can be integrated if required. In other way, it can be customized according to the requirement, and it can be used alone also as per the needs of an organization. As we have just mentioned, all the different modules are already inbuilt. If required, they can be customized. The features which include supply chain management in a big, that each and every aspects of the supply chain management is being taken care of. Business to business, all activities are being taken care of, and if require something new, that can be integrated with these kind of softwares. All the e-commerce activities, stages and everything is already inbuilt there. Still, if the organizational requirement is there, they can be integrated, the module can be integrated and it can be added into that. So, this is the largest ERP vendor, and there are many big industries in the entire world, they are using this SAP for their use, because it is easy to handle in many ways. People are much more knowing about this kind of software. There are many technical persons are available in this field, although the software is very expensive. Small industries cannot afford to have this kind of ERP system. The major organizations where the turnover is much more in crores or in Arab, you can see a huge amount, they can have this kind of ERP system, so that their entire module can be put in a order. As there is a very less human intervention, each module can be integrated. Again we are putting is emphasizing is that if something is not there, that even that thing can be integrated with this SAP. Now, JD Edwards, flexibility is there, users can change features, less of pre-set structure than SAPs, modularity, accept modules, bolt-ons from other vendors. Although, as we have just discussed, in many of the ERP system, it could be a SAP also, it could be a JD Edwards, it could be many another. There is a possibility of integrating the system or the modules which can be developed separately can be attached to this one also, because these softwares provide maximum benefits. Still there is a possibility to do lot of modifications, lot of additions as per the requirement of the organizational, or in other way you can put it, it is the organizational needs by which you can customize all these products. But as you have mentioned, lot of technicalities are involved. So, the person who is doing the integrating or who is doing the little bit changes or who is customizing all this must be fully aware about these systems. Other ERP products are Oracle is also going to be there. It is tailored to e-business focus, internet based versus client server based applications. In this software, lot of features are inbuilt. We are just trying to give you the name and all. You may be knowing that these are the biggest software containing thousands of good features, and as we have mentioned here, many modules are already ready made. Only things how you can customize this according to your requirement, you can do it like that. PeopleSoft is another product. It's open. modular structure allows rapid integration with existing systems. So, as we have just mentioned, this is another ERP products which allow you to the different modular architecture and rapid integration with the current system which you are running in your organization. Again, we would like to mention here to all of you that all these products are developed, but if you require to use in an organization, these things need to be customized. Some of the software is good for one organization, some may not, depending upon the requirements of those organizations. Take an example, it could be if you are working in an educational institution, in a university system or any academic institutions, maybe their requirement is entirely different than an organization if you are working in IT. The activities of working in IT organization, it could be a HCL also, it could be TCS also, it could be Accenture, are different kind of organizations which are working in these industries. Their need, their requirement, their way of processing is entirely different than the needs of any production department based organizational activity. Why I would like to mention here you, because as we have just mentioned, SAP is there, Oracle is there, PeopleSoft is there, or many other ERP products are going to be there. They may be suitable to one organization, may not be suitable to any other organization. Maybe their specific requirement is going to be suited to one organization, and it may be possible that some module of that particular software can be easily integrated. Another way, that the employees or the persons who are working in organizations, they are much more familiar with some ERP products which is best suitable to them, or which is going to be the best suitable to their organizational needs, which support their customers, users, vendors, or entire system also. So, that is why we would like to mention there are many ERP products. Every products have some good or bad pro cons. Cost is also a very important factor, because some of them are very expensive. So, which organization can afford up to what extent which kind of product is also an important thing. Another ERP products are BAN. Its use of best of class applications. This conclude simply the slides of that EBAN. Now, as we have just mentioned about the different ERP system, I would like to mention here there are many organizations which earlier have gone for BAN or some other, and now they are looking for, or they have installed the SAP and all. Again, I would like to mention that these systems are totally dependent on the requirement of an organization. An ERP system is an attempt to integrate all functions across a company to a single computer system that can serve all those functions specific need. We do have discussed in lot that the basic objective of the ERP system is to put each and every system is automated mode. Very less human intervention. Take a small example. I am just putting, if you are working in an organization, a big organization, starting with your activity, including your transport details, your duty hours, your salaries, your activities, the accessing of mail to whom you are conducting, you are talking to with your customers, to your vendors, to your organizational professionals. Each and every activity is being automated through the system. This system is divided in different modules. Different experts are looking those different modules, and those different modules, if needed, be integrated with some new technological system. Take an example, if some new activity is happening in your organization, you have to integrate same thing with your system also. Technically, the meaning is that each and every activity, specifically I am trying to say, is being fully automated. All the functions of the, even as we mention of the specific need, as we again just like to mention, coming from your house to your organization, working in the entire day into your doing all kind of activity, being taken care of, monitoring activity, your transportation activity, as well as all the different, maybe it is related to the salary, maybe it is related to the your accounts activity, maybe different kind of budgeting system, maybe the activity related to your different kind of leaves which are permissible. The other activity besides your personal things, each and everything is fully automated. The all functions is well defined. Nothing you have to bother, you have to go to your any manager. Everything, for example, if you are just taking a simple leave, you can drop a mail, the mail will be processed, it will be properly approved by the authentic patient, the person, and it will reach to you. Your salary is going to be credited to your account system automatically. Through the system itself, you may be able to know that things have been done. Regarding your transport and other activity, if you just integrate on the system, you will be immediately getting all the things what is happening. The other integration is the key word for ERP implementation. The lot of activity, as we have just mentioned, that ERP is taking care of each and everything. Another example you can take, as you may be knowing that a different kind of e-commerce sites are there, mobile commerce sites are there. Take a simple example, you have just ordered some kind of equipment, some kind of things from your e-commerce site, make the payment. Each and every steps is being taken care of that by ERP system. Immediately, if you want to check what is, whether your consignment have been packed or not, or where it is, each and every module is going to be displayed in front of you in a transparent manner. When you have make a payment, when you have done the order, what is the status of your order or the consignment, if it has been dispatched, from which location, where things are as it is, and how much estimated time it will take to reach you. Not only this, immediately it will take you in that way, it will give you the number of the person who will supply those consignment, the time when it is going to reach to you. They will see the suitability also. I am just trying to talk about a cycle which a customer has ordered a particular item from an e-commerce activity site, and how he can get each and every information related to that products when it is going to be delivered to you successfully. Those whole cycle you can visualize on your computer screen if you want. What I mean to say that this kind of software is taking, one module is taking care of all these things. Another module is taking care of their account system. So, different kind of module systems which are controlling these kind of things. Now, integration is the key for ERP implementation. What is ERP? It may also integrate key customer and suppliers as part of the enterprise operation. It provides integrated database and customer design report system. I have just taken an example in front of you regarding if you order a product and how you are getting that product is delivered to you. You can see the cycle how you are going to get that product or how the supply will be done to your place. Now imagine, as we discuss about the ERP system is taking care of your all behavioral activity through the system itself. It will store your, for example, the telephone number from which you have just make a call. Maybe they may store your all other important information related. Another thing like the address where you are want to, all those things. Each information will be stored in a database. So another customer designed report system will be generated. Next time when you go to buy another system or any kind of other activities, the lot of information need not to be taken. Even if you make call from your telephone number or your mobile number, the organization will automatically understand which customer is there. Many information, sometimes even they ask regarding your card number or the payment details also by which you are making. Some information they can store it with your permission if you just permit them. What I mean to say, if you next time order something, it may take very few minutes. So they stored your all information. They generate a system, and remember, if you are working as a valued customer, if you are putting order number of times, they store all those information with the proper database. They try to understand you. When you are just planning to buy the next product, sometimes they can send even a mail to you because they have just stored your all information. Not only this, it is not only for a days, months, or it may be in years also. Another example you can take, if you have just planned for any kind of a vacation, you have taken some kind of packages from some agencies, those kind of informations are being stored and can be used from future point of view also. So the different ERP system, they are working in a different way, and the basic objective of this is to do each and every system fully automated. Each and every activity of the organization fully controlled by the computers in other terminologies, or in other words we can call each and every function must be in a order through this system so that all the informations can be stored properly. So we do have talked about today about the ERP system, different kind of ERP product, SAP and others also, and how much it is going to be useful in an organization and how these things are going to be used by the organization. In other words, which organization should buy which ERP product and why. And we have talked about the internal audit about the system. Thank you.
On that note, I would like to thank sir for this enriching discussion, and thank you dear friends for watching. Stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.